From chiffon to cupcakes, trifles to tiered masterpieces, if you love cake as much as I do, this may be your dream come true. We're taking you to Cake Picnic in San Francisco, an edible event that brings hundreds of cakes to the table. But there is one rule: no cake, no entry. Watch as hundreds of cake lovers share everything from recipes to sugar highs. Forget your average picnic blanket and basket. If cake is your jam, then this sugary spectacle just might be the rush you need.
Cake Picnic, essentially it's a cake potluck, so think about any potluck you've been to in the park, except the rule is that you must bring a whole cake, so you can make it yourself or you can buy a cake from the grocery store, but you must bring a cake. The tagline of the event is "No cake, no entry." When I did the first Cake Picnic in San Francisco in April of 2024, I was expecting 15 people, but there was over 150 people that showed up with cakes. I came up with the idea of Cake Picnic because selfishly, I just love cake so much.
So for every person that comes to the event, they're not just a guest, they're a creator, and that's why we've blown up so much. And it's not just about eating food, it's about sharing, being creative, and also being a part of something that's a lot bigger. And that's a great representation of this community.
At this picnic, you'll find everything from spiced carrot cake with creamy frosting, rich red velvet, and bright, tangy lemon confections, all perfect for a sunny afternoon.
In January 2025, the Legion of Honor Museum reached out because they were having a new exhibit featuring Wayne Thiebaud and all of his artwork, and a lot of his art features cakes and pastries. The Legion wanted to host Cake Picnic again to celebrate Wayne and the museum.
And it turned out to be a sweet success.
We've seen definitely a broad range of cakes, but I think the standout cakes have always been the savory cakes. When you're surrounded by hundreds of sweet cakes, you really only want salty cakes at that point. And so at some of the cake picnics, people have brought like focaccia cakes or like salmon lox cakes, and so everyone always beelines for those cakes.
So how does it work? Well, you sign up, bring a cake, and you are given a pastry box to fill up with all sorts of slices.
I'm the food editor for Betty Crocker, and we're here to see Cake Picnic and experience cake joy.
It's magical. It's like the gates of heaven.
My friends brought brown butter things and Guinness cake, and I brought a chocolate cake. It's just a cake explosion. There's one that's like a coconut cake covered in coconut, filled with coconut. It's so good. We got a little bit of the macaron cake.
And what cake do the organizers of this event love?
So my favorite cheesecake is New York style cheesecake, and I actually get it at my favorite grocery store.
My favorite cake to make is chocolate cake. I found that the secret to making a great chocolate cake is adding a little bit of coffee. Another tip for making a great chocolate cake is adding a bit of salt. The balance of the sweet and the salty with the coffee notes and the chocolatey notes really make it a spectacular cake.
And what's the wildest, most unexpected cake the organizers have ever witnessed at Cake Picnic?
One of the most unusual cakes I've seen at a cake picnic was actually in New York. Someone had made a Jell-O cake. I just don't think Jell-O when I think of cake, and so I was really surprised when I was walking through the cake tables just admiring all the cakes, and then I just stopped in my tracks because I saw a Jell-O cake. It was so fun.
I think Cake Picnic resonates with a lot of people because they're not just looking for cake, they're looking for connection. And nowadays, there's more disconnection in society, and I feel like Cake Picnic really brings that together.
And you too can have your cake and eat it too.
So the Cake Picnic tour continues in 2025. This year we have San Francisco in March 29th. We will then head to San Diego April 12th and 13th with Cotton and the Flower Fields, and then after that we have London in July, which is the first time we're going international with Cake Picnic. And then I don't have dates for it yet, but we will do New York and LA in the fall.
And how does it feel to have a sugary triumph?
I am in a daze almost of shock, disbelief, and joy of, wow, is this real life? Did we actually come together to build cake heaven? I think that for me is when all of the hard work pays off, because I see the happiness and joy in everyone's faces.
And last weekend's cake picnic at San Francisco, it was quite the spectacle, with cake lovers bringing a staggering 1,387 cakes. That's cake heaven right there. The tour will be making its way to Southern California soon, so check out cakepicnictour.com for more information. Oh, so yummy.